I think we're all more excited about the second round than the first round, but there have been some incredible matchups in the first round. And I think we have to start with the Los Angeles Lakers. Are the Lakers him? Has it happened?
They are him.
Austin Reeves flat out said, "I am him," and I thought about our little Himothy.
After looking off Bron, got a bucket, and said, "I am him." And I tweeted, bro, you could hear him pronounce the apostrophe in that motherfucker. That was the most proper. I'm him.
I'm him.
I'm him.
Every white kid in the 90s had a proper version of rap that they did, right? There was like 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and
Dr. Dre.
Every white kid had that in their back pocket, and that's so Austin Reeves about all basketball slang. I am him. It's me. Him.
It's a me. Austin.
So look, I think all three of us, we talked about the case for the Lakers against the Grizzlies on the last show. There's a plus case, there's a minus case. This was kind of a best case scenario, right? Like the role players stepped up. Rui had the game of his life, tied a Lakers record for most playoff points off the bench.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Sorry. I'm about to get real annoyed.
Austin Reeves, obviously an unbelievable game. You go on the road and win a game one where Bron and AD combined for 44 points or something like that. Mm-hmm. It felt repeatable. I know Rui obviously had a great game, but that felt like a repeatable Laker. Like you're going to get better games from Bron and AD than that, you know? So what do you think? I thought game one feel out game, Bron looked disengaged in the first half as we expected. I thought they'd put the pedal down for game two. But at this point, I think they could be greedy and try and leave Memphis up 2-0. What do you guys think? What do you think seriously of the Lakers' chances after watching that game?
I mean, I said that I think that the Lakers probably get him out there in 5. You know, John is the one who thinks that the Grizz send him home. So,
yeah, I 6, yeah.
Yeah, I can for sure see them going up 2-0. Like, you know, I don't think that we're gonna in this postseason we're gonna see Rui and Austin Reeves spaz like that in the same game again. But
fourth quarter,
right?
Carrying the Lakers.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters because, you know, it happened this game and you cash out and got the W for it. That's all you can ask for. So, but yeah, you know, like I said, like I know John was concerned about these boys, but I don't see it. Like I said, I think the Lakers gonna win this in 5, bro.
I mean, Ja can't even close his hand. So like, if he's not playing basketball, it's cooked. You know what I mean? Like we saw him hurt himself at the end of the game, but like. I mean, the missing Adams was huge, bro. They got a lot of buckets in the at the Cup, G. You know, Adams is a big deal. So that size difference, I mean, as great as, you know, Jaren Jackson was, you know, I mean, incredible. We still got a lot at the Cup, you know what I mean? So even with Ja there, we play like this. If this team shows up, yeah, man, I would switch it. Lakers in 6. But we could definitely lead 2-0 for sure, being that, you know, Ja's hurt now.
And a hat tip to Darvin Ham for putting Vandy on Ja. I'm so happy with that decision. Obviously played out beautifully. You want to talk about what's life?
Ja was playing good, though. He was like 8 for 13 before he got hurt. He was like, he just wasn't. It didn't.
But he made 8 buckets, but that's what I'm saying. He had 8 field goals in 3 quarters. It was like it wasn't what you were worried about Ja doing to these Lakers when you were looking at the guard matchups and going, "There's no one that can stay in front of this dude." You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but then I was sitting there with my friend watching the game. We were like, "That's life as a defensive role player in the NBA." You're guarding Ja all game. You're doing a great job. Obviously, there's still a couple plays where you look like an absolute fucking idiot and he has you in a mixer. Sure. But you hold their superstar to 8 field goals. He goes out of the game injured. You get put on JJJ the next play, and he's backing you down. He weighs 100 pounds more than the dude you were just guarding. Like that shit was just like I don't know, man. Like that is life in the NBA right there. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I think this is the Lakers have it. All right, let's talk about the Clippers game. Did Russell Westbrook have a good game?
A phenomenal fucking game. Best 3 for 19 game I've ever seen in my life. What the? An enigma that man is. Right? He was everything everywhere all at once. He was a hot dog finger motherfucker out there tonight, dog. Like seriously, bro, like just a monster on the offensive glass. You know what I'm saying? He was dishing that motherfucker. He had, the free throws that put him up. Then he had that fucking lockdown defensive play on Book that locked that shit up. Then he had the fucking inbound assist that really put the shit away. Like, he was hooping. Best 3 for 19 game we've ever fucking seen.
He was guarding KD for a while too, when KD was struggling early on as well. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So they won, and he did the things in winning time that mattered. So he had a good game. Would I want to, if I'm a Clippers fan, would I want to see him have another 3 for 19 game? No. You know what I'm saying? But he did what was necessary to win. So yeah.
It was the complete Russell Westbrook experience. Like, here's all of the things that could go right, and here is all of the things that could go wrong, basically.
And both happened. All the things that you know what I'm saying? They both happened. So, yeah.
That series looks like it's going to be a really fun one. What are your guys'
PG?
What's that?
Even without PG,
Kawhi Leonard looks like a motherfucker right now, and you can't you can't deny it. He looked at Devin Booker, and he looked at Chris Paul, and he looked at Kevin Durant, and he said, "Fuck all of you! I'm the best player on the court in the fourth quarter."
Chris Paul, like, what does he have? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, does he have another year in him? Like, do we need any more Chris Paul basketball?
I feel like he was effective tonight. I feel like he was effective tonight.
This is not the Chris Paul in any way that we even saw last year, let alone the year before, who got him to the chip. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call him a big three. They have 2 really good players and some guys that are effective. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to say that with a team where Chris Paul's running the point. But yeah, man, like, but I don't know, dude.
He had 11 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, but he was 2 of 8 with 7 points, and was like ugly in the lane. Like the shots where he gets a guy on his ass that you just expect, the little piggyback shots that he always makes.
Always
he was
makes,
like bricking the fuck out of.
Not even close, dog. That's legs, though. That's legs. But man.
But that's what I love about a series like this. You talk about Chris Paul, you talk about Russ, like not scoring, but doing gritty fucking, Hoosier type basketball shit. Like that.
He took some charges too out there. I saw him. I saw you, Russ.
Oh man.
What do you guys think about that series going forward? Any change in the way? I think we all had the Suns coming out of that series, but with the Clippers going on the road and winning Game 1, what do you think?
It's like we said. I don't think we'd be surprised if they get bounced first series or if they win it all. You know what I mean? I think that a major concern is that bench is trash. That bench is garbage. And Monty tried staggering Buck, to rest the old bones of KD and Chris Paul, but that ain't looking like the answer either. They've got a serious depth problem, and we knew that when they traded for KD, but you still make that fucking trade a million times out of a million times. But yeah, it's when you're going up against a team like the Clippers who have a real legit coach like fucking Ty Lue, who knows what he's doing out there, and you got guys who are locked in on the defensive and guys who are committed to rebounding like the Clippers are, and guys who are just going to get in a fucking dogfight with you for 48. Those legs start getting tired. When you can't go to the bench like you need to.
And also, I think them not playing as much together affects them more on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? We think about the offensive, like they're not playing together, not having the rhythm. I think it affects them more on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. I think the Suns could, like Tyler was saying, could definitely win. I think it's about what for what now. PG's not coming back, but if PG came back, woo, sheesh. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. Chris Paul keep playing like Steve Wojciechowski. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might. Right. We'll see.
You guys mentioned
the Suns only had one bench player who played more than 8 minutes. If that's how scarce the minutes are for your bench in the first fucking game of the playoffs,
they had 6 points.
Here's what's crazy. What's even crazier, because you mentioned the depth, is they only have one guy who played more than 8 minutes, but every one of their starters is in the positive on a plus minus. Wainwright played 7 minutes, minus 12. Okogie played 7 minutes, minus 10. Biyombo played 5 minutes, minus 11. If you take one starter off the court, they lose those minutes so bad that it is genuinely, I don't know that you can find a way to make that shit work with KD. And I do think maybe I underestimated how important that would be when you get into the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know.
And those old ass legs are only going to get tired the deeper they get into the playoffs. Yeah. So,
and all the minutes hasn't played, I don't know if that helps him as an old dude. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Got to get back in shape.
I have a macro take about this, that because of LeBron transcending all of expectations and all of basketball and being the best player of all time, and doing it for so long, we have collectively as basketball fans greatly underestimated team building as like an important factor of winning an NBA championship. For so long, it was just like, oh, if you give LeBron 2 other good players, they're going to make the finals. So you don't need a bench. But now it's like, oh, if you don't have LeBron James, even Steph, like they need probably the second best player of this era, needs a quality team around them. When they didn't have a bench for years, they didn't quite do it. So like, other than LeBron, you kind of need to construct your team well. Even Giannis, like those teams are like not constructed very well. They didn't have D Wade and Chris Bosh, but like well constructed, relatively deep. Like, I don't know. I think it's almost like a thing we have to sort of rearrange in our brains.
I know. I think you're exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but I think that's exactly right. Braun had a classic Braun lie today, talking about like the first moment I laid eyes on Austin Reeves, I knew he had a game that would fit with mine.
That's not a whopper like the past ones. Like he could
say that about almost every kind of player. Like anyone who's not his size and can't shoot, he could say that about
that fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? That's always like, oh, we got a shooter. We haven't had those here. You know what I'm saying? This guy can play with me. So that I can see that. He hits like 3 or 4 open threes. That's all I need from you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? The other shit is additional.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is to fit with Bron is to be able to catch and shoot, right? Like every fucking question, how does this player fit with Bron? That all boils down to, is this someone who can cash out on the drive and kick from Bron? That's basically what that whole conversation comes down to.
Yeah, but it may have been a whopper, but it's a believable one. It's not, it's a junior bottom half of his lives for sure. You know what I mean?
It is incredible that they somehow managed to turn fucking Kendrick Nunn and Russell Westbrook into championship caliber role players around LeBron James, bro. Like, it doesn't take much. God. It does not take much. All right, let's talk about Kings Warriors. Looks like it's going to be the series of the first round. That was one of those games that when it was over, you were like, just play another 40 quarters right now. I will clear my schedule for the rest of the year. What'd you guys think of that game, and what do you think? I mean, I'll be honest, the Kings showed me something. John texted after the first quarter. He said, Kings might have it. And I said, well, let's see if they shit down their leg in the fourth quarter or not, because that can happen with young teams. De'Aaron Fox's first playoff game did not shit down his leg. If that team looked like they were ready for that series, what'd y'all think?
De'Aaron Fox, official That Boy Nice Club member. Yeah. That motherfucker can go. Well, I fucking love his game. He had, 38? Yeah, so... I still think that the Warriors win this. I think that they win this handily. But, of course, I think the Kings are going to give them trouble because, they're the whole young, scrappy team with nothing to lose. Of course, they've got Mike Brown, who's spent years on that Warriors bench, knows that, personnel inside and out on how to scheme against them as well. So, but yeah, I think the Kings are going to put up a good fight. I think the future's bright for the Kings, but I do not think they're getting past this series. But I would love if they did. Oh, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love it. Please understand that.
It was interesting seeing, De'Aaron Fox going crazy, right? And Steph just sitting on the bench, completely emotionless. You know what I mean? Like, come out there, was cooking too. They still lost, but this team ain't affected by that. So I still think, definitely could be the Warriors at 6. But this Kings team is good. And like I said on the group chat, I don't want no parts of these niggas, bro. They would fucking give us so much trouble. You know what I mean? Like, they're really, really good. They're legit, dog. And the fans, crazy. I wish. Go ahead. I mean, to me though, it was a perfect basketball game. It was a perfect basketball game to me. I had so much fun watching it.
Did you see that teenager who looked Steph in his eyes and said 40 on your fucking head? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Yes. And everyone's like, oh no, you shouldn't have. Everyone's like, oh no, you shouldn't have poked the bear. This kid looked like he was about 15, 16. I'm like, bro, you know where I'm at. Fuck acting like you've been there before. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because when the fuck are you ever gonna have, you might not ever have another game where, De'Aaron Fox spazzes like that, puts up 38, across from Steph. So seize the fucking moment. This kid was like 15, 16. He hasn't known anything but hell as a Kings fan.
He's never seen the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't there for the early 2000s for the Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Mike Bibby years or whatever. He has known nothing but fucking Tyreek Evans and
Rick
Boogie perhaps. He was.
The one you named the one player.
I just said Rick and
Tyreek and Boogie. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly right. In 17 years, that's your guy.
I like
but look, I've told you all, my friend Brian is a huge Kings fan. Grew up in Sacramento, is a Kings season ticket holder. Has been going up to Sacramento because he's like, I just have to fucking be up there for this shit. I asked him after the game, I said, well, this is the biggest Kings win since blank. Now, Brian and I went to college together in the early to mid 2000s. We were good friends. We worked at the college newspaper together. We both got married. We both have 2 kids. We both now own houses in Long Beach. We've lived so much fucking life since 2002, 21 years ago. And he was like, hands down, by far, the biggest win in 21 years. Game 1 of the first round of the playoffs. And I can't argue with him.
Yeah. They've done nothing since.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You know what I mean? So, dog. I mean, but super fun to watch. That Warriors team is good. They played well. It wasn't like they stunk it up and they got beat, bro. They played well. The Kings are just better. And De'Aaron Fox, bro, like, what a way to, like, come into the playoffs. Like, my nigga, I am really like that. You know what I'm saying?
It does have.
Happy for the kid.
I will say game 1 had written all over it. Big emotional win for the Kings. The biggest win in 21 years. Warriors come back and steal game 2. You know what I mean? It just has that written all over it.
You know what I mean?
We'll see. That game's on Monday night.
Wiggins looked good. Like, it wasn't like, Wiggins looked solid. Poole wasn't quite himself. You know what I mean? But it was good. Both repeatable games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Knicks beat the Cavs. Did you guys see that coming? I was first of all, Jalen Brunson is another dude you put in that category of like the Dallas Mavericks, the stupidest motherfuckers in history. They literally said it was like if Jalen Brunson was 8 shades lighter, they would have given that man $200 million.
If he was Jalen Branakovich or something, right? But like when we did the preview, I was like, bro, I'm looking forward to, Jalen versus, Mitchell. I think that is like the battle for the 2 best offseason acquisitions that we got this season. So, yeah, this series is going to be fun. Like I said, I see this going 7, man. I'm looking forward to like every fucking game of this.
I mean, Mr. Robinson on the boards, they were killing the Twin Towers over Cleveland on the boards, dog. You feel me? Jalen Brunson, does he miss shots? The fuck? Like, I was like, this nigga crazy, dog. But Toppin was killing them on the boards too. So, I mean, like, Mobley and Allen, they got to figure it out. You know what I mean? I even think, like, DG, like, he was kind of quiet in the second half. I don't know if he shot the first, like, quarter and a half. So, I don't know. It was a fun game to watch, but it just can't be Donovan out there by himself, dropping 40 balls, trying to beat him. The good thing about this team is they play team basketball. It just didn't look like it yesterday. You feel me? So
I think Donovan Mitchell.
Evan Mobley's so good too, and just seeing him playing like that hurt me. He really. But I mean, I think at the end, he just got bullied by Randall, and I'm like, this is like playoff basketball, G. You need to get your ass in the fucking weight room and toughen up. You're missing fucking bunnies. You know what I mean? And shit like this is playoff basketball. I think it's a learning experience if nothing else. You know what I mean? So.
I need Donovan Mitchell to get to a coast. Like he cannot be condemned to at least Dame lives in a real time zone. You know what I mean? Like I cannot have Donovan Mitchell flailing around between Utah and fucking Ohio.
Central time zone. But I love living in the Central time zone. It was always weird calling Adrian when he was out here, and it was like the middle. It seemed like the afternoon, and it was like 10 p.m. I'm like, bro. Anyway, but I don't know, G. I don't know. We'll see. But Donovan have this weird. I love seeing Donovan play basketball for the weirdest reason. His base. He has no matter where he's at, what move he makes, he's always on balance when he shoots. Always, dog. You know, he got those running back legs, G. He'll do a spin move and be like perfect, on balance to pull the jumper. It's beautiful to see, G. He's a bucket. Yeah. He's a fucking bucket.
The other games all looking pretty unremarkable. Celtics, Sixers, Nuggets. Nuggets currently up by 15 and looking very comfortable midway through the third quarter.
Could be good if they weren't so dumb. You know what I mean? It's like me when I remember like in high school.
Yeah, but you both zeroed in on the Timberwolves as a dumb basketball team. Like early last season, I feel.
I remember in high school, like I got a 3.8 my senior year because my mom was like, you have to get a 3-pointer to keep your car, right? And I just did my homework. That's the only difference. And I thought, damn, I could have done this the whole time, but I did it because I was dumb, even though I was smart. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, y'all would be good if y'all wasn't stupid. If you could, you know what I mean? It reminds me of that shit. It's crazy.
Look, bro, if Mike Conley can't fix stupid, it might be a lost cause, dog.
It might be.
Anything else that you guys saw from Celtics or Sixers? I mean, I think those are the series that we kind of felt pretty comfortable knowing what was going to happen. I didn't see anything to dissuade me of that. Anything else on those?
Sixers beat the fuck out them boys by like what, 20?
Yeah. Nothing to talk about. They did what they were supposed to do.